to Crafters TV. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. My name is Rebecca Redican. You can call me Becky. I am so excited to be with you today. We've not met before, so let me tell you a little bit about myself. First off, I'm a crafter, just like you, since knee-high to a grasshopper. In fact, I remember my grandma teaching me how to crochet, and I distinctly remember knowing how to crochet but still being unsure of how to colour inside the lines. So I have been doing it since I was tiny. I've had my own crafting business and I absolutely adore anything creative and anything crafty. So I'm so in the right place and I'm so excited to meet you. Do you feel free to get in touch with me today? I've been given a tablet, which I feel no one knows how clumsy I am, so do feel free to get in touch with us. And you can do that by getting us on our YouTube channel. You can also get us any of these ways as Facebook, and you can email studio@crafterscompanion.com. If you've got any questions, let me know. I'll feel free to answer anything. Shouldn't say that, should I? I have got so many goodies coming up. This is your Second Chance Sunday, and what that means is we've got for you all of the brilliant products over the last few weeks that you might have missed out on. Maybe you've missed out on some of the launches and you've not been able to get them yet. This is your second chance. Of course, we have got double points today in the club. Now, today's your last day, okay? So you've got to make sure that if you want to treat yourself, you're doing it now because you're going to be getting those double points. If you need to learn more about it, don't worry, we've got a little bit more about that later on in a VT for you. Now, thankfully, I'm not here by myself. Oh no, we are going to be learning lots of creative techniques from our wonderful guest designer today. It's Jan. Hi, Jan.
Hello, and lovely to have you with us, Becky. It's so exciting, isn't it? We've been giving you, our surprise guest all afternoon, yeah, and we're absolutely thrilled. So welcome.
Thank you.
We've got lots and lots. Like, you know, our second chance, it's literally what it says on the tin. It's a second chance to get products that you may have been watching over the team over the weekend. Tonight might be the night to make the decision. So lots of demos lined up for you again as well. So yeah, really looking forward to the show. Fantastic.
We have got so many goodies coming up, and I know some of the exciting demos we've got on the way for you. We're going to give you a bit of an overview in photographic form to start off, and we're going to start off with the Twirling Characters Craft Kit. So this is what you're going to be able to get your hands on. All of the info there at the side of your screen. So you're going to be able to make 24 cards in total. And you've got these gorgeous little characters which twirl in their projects. Think about a great gift for someone who's brand new to starting crafting. Maybe you want to get someone something that they can learn and maybe over the next few weeks create a whole new passion. So that is the one for you, 24 cards in that. We've also got stamps coming up for you. So this is your beautiful, wonderful collection for all of those people who are beautiful and wonderful in your life. You've got your butterflies in there, your flowers, and you've got those pencils as well, 12 in there. And 35% saving you are getting on that, which is huge. As well as this, we're also going to give you the thing that I believe we all need. Where you can carry things, where you can keep all of your goodies. Because if you're anything like me, I have areas underneath my bed, in the spare room, sometimes where I keep my pet food because there's just craft everywhere. This is organisation for you. So today you're going to be getting that craft and carry station in the black colour. Or we've also got this really nice turquoise colour, which I love. It's so bright, isn't it? You're definitely not going to lose that one. So you can get that one today, $26.99 UK, $31.49. Now these ones next up have been so popular. You've been sending in loads of pictures, which we always love seeing. Now this collection is the hearts, the books and the flowers, and these ones are your easel cards, so they give you this really lovely 3D effect, but of course they're great to post when you flatten them down. These ones are coming for you today. You're getting 33 elements in total here, and today's price is just £50 or $60, saving over 15%, and please don't forget it's double points still, so do treat yourself to that. Let's have a look at the second collection, shall we? I like this one. I think it's got a beautiful simplicity to it, which I think can really help your creativity sometimes. Circles, hexagons, and those rectangular shapes, these sort of ornate frames that you've got there. And again, you're going to be getting 32 pieces with these ones, and you've got over 15% saving on that one. Who loves teal? Let's get ready to teal. Does that make sense? No. We have got so much in here. Okay. Do you want more dies? Yes. Do you want more stamps? Yes. We've got embossing folders and so much more. And it will all work together, saving you loads of time, effort, energy, and stress. You'll be able to create some wonderful pieces with this. You've got the Peacock Designs in there, the Floral Legends in there as well, and all of that is giving you a massive saving. It's just £63 or $85 for you. Now, who loves Lee Holland? How adorable are these whimsical dragons I've got for you here? I mean, who doesn't want a dragon with a balloon? That is just my idea of a dream, especially if you love a little bit of Harry Potter, or Barry Jotter as I call him. I don't know why. This is your Lee Holland stamp collection, 28 elements you're going to be getting in here. And again, you're getting that massive saving, $35.95 for you, or $44.77. One more for now, and this one has been so incredibly popular, of course, because it is the Sarah collection. Now, Sarah, of course, we know creates wonderful thought out designs for you to be able to make wonderful and thought out collections. Embossing folders, you've got the vellum, which I love, we've got ribbon, you've got tags, you've got your dies, you've got to actually get this home to believe it. So this is what we're going to be demoing for you, and you are getting a massive amount in here. And what I love about this collection for me is it is a year's worth almost of crafting. You know, you've got Mother's Day things here, you've got Easter things here, even some Christmassy things. So all of this is in the pack for you. So shall we get demoing? Go on then, let's. We're going to be making with this wonderful Caring Thoughts collection. And Jan, I'm handing over to you. What are we making?
Oh, I'm going to show you a few samples just to tempt you first, and then we'll get into our first demo. But these, I know I keep talking about favourites, but I think the Sarah Signature collections, I must admit, my stack of these now is growing and growing and growing, because they are so well thought out and so well put together by our Sarah. She's a crafter. She knows what we're looking for, and the fact that you can have a kit and have everything to hand that you know already mixes and matches without having to think, have I got that colour cardstock, have I got that particular die? It's going to work absolutely beautiful, and you can just pull any element out of that collection and you've got that assurance that it's going to work. So just to give you a few ideas of things that are in there then. So this is one of the die sets. You've got the paper pad in the collection, the card pad, which is like a sort of a new addition to our signature collection. We've got 12 by 12 inch card that consists of pearlescent card, it's got the satin card, it's got the mirror card in it, and you can just see at the back of that one, that beautiful rose gold mirror card, just to highlight it. The sentiments from the set all works beautifully together. We've actually got one of the little sentiment creator cards just to make a little see-through easel. You can see all the way around there that we've got that die cut matching perfectly, and I'm going to show you how this works in a little while. We've got that beautiful decoupage pad, so if you like doing that, all the dies to cut it out so you don't have to sit and fussy cut. Really well thought out. Use it with your stuff that you've already got in your stash. So this is actually one of the nesting sets of dies. again, just adding some of the elements. In the back of the paper pad, you've got some pop-out elements. So if you want a quick card, they're great. Again, we've got that beautiful die-cut decoupage there. Just stack it up. Look at the dimension going on that. Absolutely beautiful. And then I've left this one until the end, purely because I'm going to start my demo with the frame. So this is one of the embossing folders, but it's a cut and emboss folder. And took a little bit of inspiration from this style of card. So you can see here we've got that tri-fold, and I'm going to create something along similar lines to this one. So this was by Leslie on our design team. So I hope you don't mind, Leslie. I just sort of thought it was a really nice one to demo. So here's my twist on that one then. So let's pop those to one side for a second.
We've had some lovely comments coming through. Hi to Tansy Pansy saying, hi Becky, welcome. What a surprise. I was looking down and expecting Joe's voice. And then you looked up and thought, he's had a shave. Joe's had a shave, very smooth. Thank you for that message. June saying, go girls. Susie teasing. I adore the Caring Thoughts collection. I'm having a ball playing with it and talking about how great the vellums and papers are. And that's what we're carrying on with our demo now.
Right, thank you. So again, I'm going to use that embossing folder. And as I say, it's not just an embossing folder, it's a cut and emboss folder. So you're going to get that beautiful detail around the edge, and then you're going to get this gorgeous shape actually cut out of the middle. So let me show you what I mean. And I've taken a piece of the mirror card from that pad that I was talking about. And again, if you just have a look, if you're not familiar with this particular concept, you've got what would traditionally be your embossing folder. So the plastic folder with the detail inside, but embedded in there is an actual die inside there. The white element is foam that stays there, so don't try and dig that out. It's just to help release the aperture when you've cut it. So we actually need the metal part on top to cut through the frame, and I've just taken a piece of just look at these. The pink mirror card in that pad, it's absolutely gorgeous. So again, I'm just going to pop that inside. I've cut it down to size. The embossing folders are 5x7, which is probably the most traditional size of embossing folder, even though we get them in other sizes. So yes, my judge is just asking, will it go through the junior? It certainly will, and I'm going to use the junior plates in the large Gemini. So we've got a combination. This tends to be my favourite combination at home. I have the large Gemini sat on my desk in case I need the size of the big plates, but more often than not, I use my junior plates to go through sideways. So with a 2D embossing folder, we just need our two clear plates. Even though it's a cut and emboss folder, the two clear plates will still work. So let's just pop that through there, and then I've done a little bit of work ahead of time just getting some of the pieces ready, but I will talk you through where I've got all those pieces from. So when we take this out of here, it's absolutely stunning. So we're going to get that beautiful frame, and then we get the piece that it cuts out. So again, if I just show you this bit, if we can get close up on that one just to look at that.
That looks fab.
Do you know, can you imagine that as a photo frame? Just to pop a photo behind it would be enough, wouldn't it, without doing anything else?
Definitely.
And then you also get the bit that comes out of the middle. I'll be saving that bit. I'm not going to use it on this project, but it would be a great matte and layer to put maybe a sentiment or something like that on. So pop that to one side, and then I'm going to bring in that sort of tri-fold element that we were looking at before. Now, because I was using A4 cardstock, I've done mine in two pieces, and I've got the third piece to stick on here. So we've got those three sections, matting and layering from the paper pad and that card pack there. So we've got those two in place. So I'm just going to work on this front section for the time being. And what I want to do is actually layer this up on the front. So what I did with this piece underneath was literally pop this one on, draw around it with a pencil, and then I've actually just fussy cut this out with my scissors, purely because this piece is bigger, and if I'd have popped it in my folder, I would have ended up with the aperture in a different place. So I just wanted it to line up with what I've got on the outside. So I'm literally going to go on the back of here. I've cut a matte and layer out of the paper pad, so we're going to put that one on first, and because that one's not going to show on the inside, I've just put that. She's laughing at me. She says it's not a perfect rectangle. That's because you're not going to see it. It's that horrible word that we tend to use where we've gutted it, honestly. We need it extracting. Whatever we've done to it, I've cut the middle out. And I just went in with my craft knife and literally just took the middle out. So that's going to be the bit I want to see, the external edge there. And then this one literally is going to matte and layer on top of it. So let's stick that one down as well. Whoops. So I'm using my Floral glue here. You can use your tape runner, you could use double-sided tape, you could lift it up on foam pads if you wish. There's lots of different variations. So go for whatever takes your fancy at the time. So literally we're just going to line that up with that inside panel there. Okay. And then when I turn it over, this is actually the front part. So I've done the same again, but I've actually put a piece of the vellum out of that vellum paper pad. So in there you get some plain ones and some patterned ones. And this is going to be the front so that we can actually see. It's almost like translucent, the vellum, so we can see through the gap. So let's just stick that one on the front there. So I'm just going to take that tape off there. And then line that one up with the panel again. And this is going to be the front part of our trifold. So this is the first sort of part of the card that was inspired by our Leslie on the design team. So again, I'm just going to look through there and get that one lined up. And you can see now that we've got both back and front, all right, but we've got that lovely sort of translucent element to the vellum. And then what I've done is I've just got some tape ready on the tab here to stick this one together. Take that one off, and then this one is literally going to go, if I stack these together and just fold it back, make sure it's nice and straight, we're going to get that lovely trifold element now. So we've got the front and then we've got the insides. So just to decorate on the inside there, you can see I've got those gorgeous ovals again, nesting dies. I'm always talking about the nesting dies coming in handy. There's something that live on my desk most of the time. Just popped a little bit of ink to pick up the paper. The brads are from the collection. We've got brads in there, we've got ribbon in there, all sorts of bits and pieces. Let's have a pop this one in. And then I want to die cut one of the sentiments. Okay, so I'm literally just going to pop this one through quickly while I carry on with that. Pop that one through there, and then just to add a bit more detail, I want to just bring in a couple more elements from that collection. So we've actually got a beautiful Decoupage Topper Pad, which is full of designs there ready to be cut out. So you've got one design at the front, and then you've got a second design at the back. So these are all the same at the back. And then it comes with matching die sets. So the idea is that you can cut out, for example, all your decoupage pieces. They're all numbered, so are the dies. The little leaflet tells you how to set it out. And when it's done, this particular one, this is what we end up with. Wow. So you get that beautiful, and if I can just tip it that little bit so that you can see the dimension. I've used some 3D Floral glue on there just to lift it. And I've just got a little bit of glitter on there as well. And once you've used this, you know, if you've only bought one and you've used it up, then you've still got those dies left, so you can cut them out of your papers, you can ink up and do them that way. Loads of different ways of using them. So that's going to be my main feature for the top. We've cut out that just to say element here, which I'm going to pop in the centre of that oval just there. So I'm just going to pop that one out carefully. This is in the green card, so it's all colour co-op. I've not had to do any of the thinking because all that coordination has been done for you. So we're going to pop that one in the middle just there. So I'll use my dotty tape pen there just to add a little bit of adhesive on the back of there. We just need a bit, and then I'm going to pop that one in there just to say. So that's going to go on there. So that's my inside. And then also, again, you know, you've got so many different elements in here. It's hard to know when to stop. One of them, this one, I've not actually got the die out, but this one, you get 3 separate little butterflies. So you get the solid one to make the back. You get, I don't know whether we can actually see right in the centre there. Can we get a bit closer and look in the centre of the wings? Look at that. Zooming in there. Can you see all the veining?
Yeah.
That's a second die, so you could use that by itself, and then the outline is the third die. So there's lots of different combinations how you want to make this one up. You know, you could just do the top one and the back one with a solid pattern. You could just use that little filigree one by itself, or you can stick all 3 of them together. So lots of different ways. So I've done one in the pink and one in the green, so you can see there, those are matching. And then I really like the outline on its own, so I've done one that's just got the open outline as well. So you can see that you can just use elements of it. Really, really pretty. So all we're going to do then is pop the pink, and I'm going to go the opposite way this time. I'm going to put the pink one on the bottom of the green. I'm going to pop the green one, whoops, on there, on the pink one. We'll have that one at the top there.
Sorry to interrupt you, Jan. Yolanda's just messaged in saying, sorry, I missed a little bit. Did you stamp the sentiment onto the vellum?
Yes, I'd already pre-done that one, yes. So this is actually from the stamp set. Good question. I missed that bit, didn't I? Yeah, I'd actually stamped this out onto the vellum beforehand because I needed to make sure it was perfectly dry before we carried on and I didn't smudge it. So using one of your permanent inks to just stamp straight onto the vellum before I attached it to the back of the card. Perfect. Well spotted there.
Eyes of a hawk, Yolanda.
Just my decoupage. So I'm just going to use a little bit of hot glue on the back of there. Something's just crashed underneath my, don't know what I've pulled out, but something just went crash. So we're going to put this on the bottom there, and then the little tiny butterfly at the top there, just to finish off the front, all coordinated, all matching, and I just think it's a beautiful collection. And at this time, I think we need to be sending caring thoughts out to people.
I can't believe how beautiful
that
is.
So, you know, that does all the work for you. It really does. Absolutely beautiful. And the back of that piece we've still got so that it disguises all the workings at the back there as well. Fantastic.
Fancy making it? Yeah, me too. You're going to want to grab your hands on this collection. I can imagine opening that and having that sent from Jan in the post and just having the biggest smile on my face. So if you've got any loved ones that you think need a little bit of cheering up, I believe that this could be the pack for you. So let's have a little nosy, shall we, at what we're going to be getting. Let's start talking about all of your stamps. Now, this is one of these we've already seen being used. So these ones you're going to be getting are your stamps, and this is how they're going to look when you have stamped them. This one is Always in My Thoughts, and it's your, of course, Caring Thoughts collection. You've got some really special sentiments on here. I said before, didn't I? I think this is like an all year round collection. You've got things here you could use for Mother's Day. You've got so much, you really do. So as well as this, we're going to get your With a Grateful Heart collection. So in here you've got so many. You've got Thinking of You, you've got Warm Thoughts. There's one here actually which as I mentioned before, I do have a crafting business myself, and it says here Sending You Warm Hugs. One of my biggest collections of last year was Sending Hugs, and it was one of the biggest selling collections that I had. So I think that's quite interesting if maybe you do want to send some hugs virtually. We've also got, of course, the dies themselves. So this is the one that we saw being cut out by the lovely Jan. You've also got your, that's just to say, you've also got your In My Thoughts. We've got the beautiful butterfly dies as well. And it's got, comes with your flora and fauna as well, which of course to kind of create lots of different designs. You've got your inners, your outers, you've got your mattifying, your layering. You can do so much with these. And then you have got your florals as well here. And again, you can see how these are layered up so nicely. They're going to give you a really special effect. And if you do love a bit of 3D, and who doesn't, let me add some love and friendship to your life. This is your Caring Thoughts collection with your Just Because. You've got your wonderful decorative frame in here, and I adore, you can see how you've got that 3D effect. You can layer up these designs using that mat, and of course the papers I've got coming up for you. This is one of the sections that we saw as well. This is your decoupaging. So if you are new, hi, so am I. Do feel free to message in. It's my first day. It's like a first day at school. I've been told to stand in front of the class and talk about something. Do feel free to message us in, of course, on YouTube and all the other ways. This is what we were looking at earlier on with the lovely Jan. So you're going to cut it out with the dies, and then you're getting the layering effect. So you could use your 3Ds and you create that wonderful 3D effect, which gives a really eye-catching look, doesn't it, when you open something like that up? More of those wonderful florals, and as we've said before, they line up perfectly with the pads themselves. But once you've cut them out, if you run out of the paper, I mean, you have got loads, but if that does happen, you can colour in. I myself am massively into adult colouring. And paint them, of course. You can do so much with those. We've got your floral designs here as well. This is your butterfly swirl, so it's your cutting and your embossing folder as well. And you've got more here. These ones I really like, because I think, has anyone watched, what's it called? Not Bridget Jones, Bridgerton. Bridget Jones and Bridgerton, two very different things. But if you have, I imagine this is a little bit Bridgerton. You know, it's got that sort of let's go strolling in a park feel to it. So this is your filigree border that you've got there. And now let's get on to one of my favourite bits. Oh my gosh. My life in, hi, my name is Rebecca Redican and I am a paper sniffer. I love getting a new pad and smell it. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. I won't do it now. So these ones are huge. They're your big 12 by 12s. And I always think when you've got that extra size there, you can always use smaller, can't you, if you wanted to. In here, you've got absolutely oodles. Let me give you a little flick through, shall I? So we are going to be getting in here some of your wonderful sentiments. They're there at the back for you. So you've got lots of different 3D pop-out ones as well. We have also got some more here, which again, carries on with the butterfly designs. Then we're going to go into your wonderful papers themselves. I adore the green colours. I always think green is Mother Nature's colour, isn't it? I cannot think, I mean, I'm no gardener, as my actual gardener will tell you. He's not a gardener, it's my next door neighbour who just likes to help out. But yeah, green goes with everything. I can't think of a plant or a flower that doesn't have green stem or green leaves, so it's a great one, that. So you've got those lovely colours, and we're going to be bringing to you your florals in here. These are great for your sentiments to go on as well. They're perfect too if you did want to create lovely layered effects with lots of textures. Do you know what these, in a little bit of a way, some of them make me think of Liberty prints. Do you know what I mean? It's got that kind of feel in a way in some areas, doesn't it? So you're going to be getting all of these for your designs. These ones are your 12x12. So yeah, you've got one that's sort of closed, and then you've got one that's sort of zoomed in, if you will. Let me bring you the Vellums now, and these again are a 12x12. I adore Vellums. I love that you can get that depth effect. It's very translucent, so if you do want a little secret behind the doors and the pages, then you absolutely can. I remember being younger and buying, I think it was for my grandma and granddad's anniversary, buying a very posh card, and I knew it was posh because it had vellum in it. There's something quite special about it, isn't there? And it really does take the luxury of your designs to the next layer. So again, you can use these just as you would with your normal cards and paper. I have to say, I have worked with vellum before in some of my fashion crafts, and I'm going to be honest with you, the quality of this is sensational. I can feel it instantly. If you're a crafter like me, then you will know what tactility is all about, yeah? We grab hold of everything, don't we? This feels great quality. You can even hear it. Oh, let's do the sound test. Oh, that's what quality sounds like. So you're going to be getting all of those ones again, and they do perfectly match up with your cards. And then I've got your slightly smaller ones here. Now these ones are your 6x6s, and these ones again mimicking all of that effect, same as your big ones. Let's try a different technique. Ooh, way up. I feel like I could be a I don't know, in a card game, or you know those people who on like the Wheel of Fortune used to hold all of the cash and fan themselves back in the 90s. Anyway, you're getting all of those, and you're getting the sentiments too. Now let's go luxury. These are the types that the lovely Jam was working with before. Wow, these are so shiny you can see up my nose. That is beautiful. Oh, yeah, no bats in that cave. Anyway, we have got for you the high gloss. Now, these are the types that Jan was using before. And Jan, these give a really high class look, I think.
Absolutely. Honestly, I think it's the first time I've seen that way of presenting the cardstock. We've done A4 before, but this is the first time I've seen the 12 by 12. And honestly, it's something I would need more than one of, Becky, because I would want one to keep and I'd want one to use. So at least two of them, if not more, because once that's gone, you know, with the signature collections, we only do one print run, and once it's gone, it's gone. Yep.
We are bringing this to you in that pack today. So you're getting all of those wonderful colours, that high shine gloss, and then you're getting your added extras. Now, I absolutely live my crafting life by little elements like this, and you have got perfect matching. This is what I love about Sarah Collections. Oh man, I knew I was going to drop Summit. Do you know what though? At least it wasn't the tablet. But yeah, these are the types of elements that you see and you think, okay, I'll use them. And then as soon as you do, it elevates the whole look of your pieces. So in here we have got the, we saw these ones actually being used, didn't we? So they're lovely coordination, and you're going to be getting 100 pieces within this pack. And then you've got all of your ribbons as well. I absolutely adore these colours. Do you know what? To me, they're a little bit Easter, which isn't a million miles away, is it, if we're honest? I don't know if you've seen the Easter eggs out yet. I've already eaten one. Should I admit to that? Too late. So yeah, they're on the way for you. Now let me just remind you, I know I've just blabbed on for ages, but that's how long it takes to get through how much you are getting here, because there is so much. Honestly, as I said before, the sentiments in here, the embossing in here, this is going to keep you going all the way from Easter, probably around till Christmas and beyond. So let me remind you, first things first, it is £140, $191. It is a mega saving you have got on this, and final day of your double points. So if you want to learn a little bit more about that, we'll tell you more about it later. One of my favourite bits about being a creative is having a nosy at what everyone else is being created. So should we have a little look at what you've been making with these? Let's do it. We're going to start off by looking at Susan. Oh, Susan. Oh, I love that design. I really like the muted colours you've gone for. It's got a really different feel, and that again is with this collection. I've got another one in from Susan actually. Susan, oh, wouldn't you just feel, Jan, so happy to get that through the post?
Honestly, and do you know what gets to me as well, Becky, is the fact that to buy something like that in a store would cost an arm and a leg, wouldn't it? And you can make that and remake it with that decoupage, and you've got the facility to personalise it as well for the person that you're going to send it to. Honestly, it's streets ahead. Beautiful work.
It's so beautiful. Susan, thank you for sending them in. I've got a couple in from Kelly as well. Hi Kelly, how are you? Now this has a totally different feel. Do you know what I love about this collection? How different people put completely different personalities. So that is it when it's closed up, and then this picture from Kelly is when it's kind of opened up, so you can see how 3D it is and that lovely concept. It's beautiful. Kelly, thank you so much for sending those ones in. And again, all from this collection. So if you do want to seize the moment, now is absolutely your chance. And do not forget, if you want to get in touch with me on social, you absolutely can. All you have to do is head on over to our YouTube page, type something in, and I will get it winged over to us. Maybe you have just stumbled upon us, you've just found us, and you fancy starting a whole new hobby. I went to university and did education studies at university, and one of my favourite things, I think, is being able to give someone a new joy. You know, give someone a new hobby. I think that would be the greatest gift. And my next product, Oh, you're going to be able to do that. This is going to be brilliant if you are brand new, or maybe a gift for someone who you just know needs a little bit of something to keep them occupied. Maybe they're like me and they're already completely up to date with Coronation Street. They want something else to do. This is the way to do it. You're going to be getting 100 bonus points on this one today, and that is on top of your double points, which don't forget ends this evening. $24.99 each way. Shall we do an unboxing? Let's do it. Jan, this is a very exciting gift for someone, isn't it?
They are, honestly. It's very exciting, this. I love getting to unbox these and show you what's inside. It says on the front over 230 elements, and this is one of the series of our subscription boxes. So for those of you collecting it, this is number 31. All right, so you can see how far we've come with these, but they are basically a craft kit in a box, literally. Like Becky's just said, they make a great gift. I always like to buy nice square gifts. I don't know about you, Becky, ones that you can wrap up nice and easily.
Oh, blimey.
So yeah, and it's also, I always think the kits are great for crafting with your children, with your grandchildren as well. So I'm going to show you what's inside. You get some inspiration going on the front here, packaged beautifully. You've got, when it comes to you, you've got your little Crafter's Companion seal on that just needs breaking to open. And then once we get inside, we've got a little message from our Sarah there, thanking you for buying the project kit, and just a little introduction from Sarah. And again, just the attention to detail, all the Crafter's Companion tissue. This is how it comes to you. Thanks for your purchase. Open up, and then we have got a box full of goodies. Now, your box will be full. This is my box, and it has got little bits that's been cut into, so just forgive me. But basically, you're going to get a ton of stuff to play with. So I'll come back to the two embellishment bits at the end, but you have got two stamp sets. Let me just get something, I'll use that back of there so that you can see it. We have got one that's got underwater elements on, so you can see there we've got the little dolphin and we've got the mermaid, along with lots of little accessory stamps and some sentiment stamps. And then the second one is actually more of the little girl, little boy, and you get a back and a front, so that as they twirl, you get both sides. Again, sentiments and extras in there. You also get the die set, so you can see there that we've got the shape of the dolphin here that will die cut out the element, and then we've got the little boy or girl, and it's very cleverly done because the mermaid fits into this shape as well as the dolphin. And then the little boy and girl both fit into the one outline shape.
That is clever.
You've also got the apertures because we want to create a space for those characters to twirl in. So that's your stamps and die sets in there. You also get a pack of card blanks. So you have got 6x4, 6x6 and then 5x7 size cards in there. And to go with those, we give you the corresponding size envelope. So again, all packaged up, tells you what's on the front, what's on the packet, so that you know what each one is. And then this is where I was saying that you will actually get a full pack, because mine's had a few nibbles out of it, but you're going to get a pack of coloured card, which again, when we have a look in here, you've got all your planes this time. So I'll just leave the scraps. I always put my scraps back in there so that I know I've got some bits to play with. But again, lovely colour palette to go with that ocean stuff with the little girl, the little boy. So these are all double-sided. White one was a good one to show you, wasn't it? But all double-sided there so that you can use these within your project. And along with that, and there's still more, you've actually got patterned papers as well. So the same idea here, let me leave those scraps inside the packet there. You've actually got a series of pattern papers that all match beautifully with that card, so that you can mat and layer and choose what you want to do. So let's pop that one back in the bottom of there. And then the last bit that I just popped to one side were the embellishments. So you've got some gorgeous little self-adhesive dewdrops here, which are great for the underwater scenes. I thought these look like bubbles, so you can use that in that case. And then you've also got your baker's twine, lots and lots of that, because that's the bit that we're going to suspend the characters on to let them twirl. So all that in there for that price nice. And, you know, you've got the box to keep it all in. As I say, it makes a fabulous gift. But yeah, everything basically that you need to be able to make one of those twirling characters. And if we've got time later on in the show, I have got a demo. It depends how we get through everything. But I did demo these on one of the shows that I was on the other day, so we could always have a look back on there. But again, beautifully presented. Like I said, over 230 elements. You've got the stamps and dies to keep, the consumables. Obviously, once you've used what's in the box, then you can use all the other paper pads and things that you've got, your own cardstock, introduce that in and still use those stamps and dies along with it. So a really, really nice little kit, and also, as I say, great for gifting as well.
Definitely. I would absolutely adore someone bringing that to me, keeping me entertained as opposed to, you know, catching up on my soaps. Thank you for that, Jan. Should we have a little look at what we can create with this? Let's have a nosy. We're starting off with the dolphin. That's not, that was meant to be a dolphin impression. Was it close? Should we have a look at him spinning? Because this is what I like to do with these. If you imagine taking this out and then you pre-spin it, and as they open the card, it's going to do that 360. I absolutely adore this. And that is, again, with those dewdrops on there too. You've got your Adventure Always collection here with another one. Look how, she looks like she's pirouetting, doesn't she? So you've got the double card here. You've got the mermaid. We actually had a message in about this before, talking about how it was so brilliant that you actually used the mermaid and the dolphin die to create the same look, and I totally agree with you there. It's fabulous, that, isn't it? So very useful indeed. That was in from Annie. Hi, Annie. You've got your lovely little person here in his hoodie, very modern. We've got a little bit of the under the sea dolphins too. I absolutely adore all of these, and how, yeah, who else thinks under the sea, yeah, you can't help it, can you? That, or what's that? Yeah, I can't sing anymore. Mainly because I care about your hearing. But yeah, you've got absolutely loads of opportunities with this, to say the least. As always, you are going to be getting all of this in the unboxing. So if you do fancy grabbing it, it's just $24.99 and double points. But it does end the double points at midnight, so please do make the most of it whilst you can. Can we have a nosy at what you've been saying? Oh, go on then, let's have a look. Deborah's saying that they love this collection. It's so beautiful. Hi, Deborah. Yeah, I completely agree with you there. We did have a question actually for you. Mad Hatters says, how do you use the brads to hide the glue marks, please? Good question.
How do we use the brads to hide
glue marks?
Glue marks.
Yes, so for maybe like the vellum, possibly. You know, when you put your glue on and sometimes you can see it. Could you use the brads to cover that up?
I know what you mean. Vellum is notoriously hard to stick without it showing. One of the best things I found for sticking vellum is the double-sided adhesive.
Ah, yes.
So depending on what you're cutting, whether it be a full sheet or whether it be a die cut, pop the double-sided adhesive on the back of it first. That doesn't show. Alternatively, the brads are great for actually attaching the vellum without any adhesive. So for example, if you'd got a piece of cardstock and you wanted to put a mat in that was vellum, pop the brads in all four corners and you wouldn't necessarily need any adhesive underneath it. Otherwise, for example, going back to that, if you'd got a square piece on that you wanted to pop the four brads in the corners. If you've got an embellishment in the middle, hide a bit of adhesive under the embellishment to secure it.
Oh,
so there are ways and means around it, but again, it is a traditional dilemma that it's hard to hide the adhesive.
That's great. Thank you for that advice. Thanks for that message. We've had some more. Diane saying, hi Becky, happy first day. Oh, thanks. Great choice with the dress. You look fabulous and doing a great job so far. Yeah, well, you know, could all go wrong soon. Thank you very much. I like a dress that sort of moves. You know what I mean? Yeah. I feel a bit sort of Marilyn. Do it again. Yeah? Oh, am amazed that I'm doing this. But yes, Caring Thoughts collection is going to be used on my Mother's Day cards. We've had that one in from Aisha, I hope I pronounced that right, Dennison. This is perfect for Mother's Day, the collection. I love that. Thanks for those messages. I'll keep reading them out. Don't forget you can get in touch with us, studio@crafterscompanion.com if you want to email, as well as on our Facebook page. Shall we show you some more goodies to enjoy those double points with? Let's do it. We're going to start talking about stacked easel cards. So I want to start off, if I may, with the flower ones. So when we're talking about the stacked easel cards, you're getting this wonderful 3D effect. So let me show you all of the odds and ends you're getting in here. We're getting the love hearts for Valentine's Day maybe. Or do you know what, even just to say, hi, I'm thinking of you, love you loads. You've got the hearts, you're going to be getting the book as well, and you're going to be getting those lovely floral designs. Let's have a nosy at some of the bits before I show you some more. So these are the boards of how they look. I love the size of these ones. Sometimes with cards and dies, you're looking at the small ones. I like how bold these are. They're perfectly graduated in size so that it gives you a really professional finish. So you've got loads in here. You've got the sentiment of love, which I think we're using more now, more than ever. And you've got the decorative panel there as well. We've also got the books here. So these ones have got the sort of decorative design and the for you. And I really like the idea of this because, you know, we all, apparently I was reading a study the other day that reading's actually gone up in the UK since the start of the year. More books are being sold, etc. So this would be perfect for that, wouldn't it? So this is your triple easel. And then we've got your florals. And again, Mother's Day, perfect. Easter, perfect. Has someone got an allotment? Is someone like me and always tries to garden but ends up growing more weeds than anything else? If so, this could really raise a smile. It's your happy sentiment. And then again, you've got those wonderful designs. Should we have a nosy at what you can make? Let's do it. Let's start off with the floral one, shall we? And I think these designs, when you're looking at them, they just are so incredibly professional. So you've got your dear friend sentiments on here. Again, you've got all of those 3 layers, and you can see when you're sort of stacking them up how beautifully they're going to give you a 3D effect. You've got this one as well. This one was designed by Mary Kelly, and this has got that 3D element to it. And you can see if you're going to be stacking these up, you're just going to fold them into one another, and you've got that lovely easel detail to it. That I think is beautiful because you're going to be able to see it every single time you walk past it. And then you've got another one here, which is with the books. And it's also, I know we had these on last Sunday, didn't we? You've got the sort of Animals of Farthing Wood feel with this one, haven't you? So that's going to be great for anyone. All of those together, and you're getting it for £50 or $60 with that double points as well. Let's go on to the second collection now. And I like these ones because there's a simplicity to these. I can't think of any event you wouldn't want to use these because we've got circles, always useful. For me, do you watch, anyone watch Bake Off? Yeah, Bake Off. To me, these ones look like the top of a Mary Berry pie, don't they? It's lovely. Oh no, who is it now? It's Prue Leith, isn't it? Either way. So yeah, we have got your circles designs, then you've got your hexagonal designs, and hiding underneath, you've got your ornate frames here. You've got the sentiment hello, you've got friend, and you've got celebrate as well, which is beautiful. Should we have a nosy at what you can do with these? These ones here are the circles. Do you know what I love on the outside of these? How I can imagine everybody in my family absolutely adoring this. You know, depending on the colourway that I went for, it's going to be very, very useful. It's a really unisex design, isn't it? So you've got your circles. You've got, oh, this is love. Oh, special moments. That's so thoughtful. You've got your rectangular shape here with that lovely ornate frame, and then you've also got your hexagonal ones too, which is anyone into geometrics at the minute? Oh, I love me geometrics. They're so on trend at the moment, aren't they, geometrics? So this is great for that geometric shape, and again you're getting that 3D effect, but I'm someone who absolutely loves saving money on postage if I can. Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? You know, you don't have to upgrade to the larger letter. You save yourself a solid 17p and you're like, yeah, feel like a millionaire. It could just be me. But the great thing with these is, although they look really 3D, they do package down completely and absolutely flat. So that is what you can be getting your hands on now. If you would like to get in touch with us, please do, especially if you're brand new. It's my first day as well. We can all virtually hook each other. Do feel free to get in touch. And if you are brand new, this little VT might be handy for you.
Hi, I'm Joe from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can grab the best deals and shop whilst you watch during our shows. So the best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. Head on over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV. You can see all of our shows, offers, and even shop while you watch. Now if you want to get involved and comment along, head over to our Facebook page. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and lol with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even AirPlay directly onto your big screen. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day.
So that is how you can get involved with us, and absolutely do. Now, we've been really busy this afternoon, so if you do fancy grabbing your hands on anything, do head on over to our Crafters page so that you can grab what you need and so that you can shop for anything you wish to get on the show. I just want to remind you, because it will just fall out of my head. Are you one of those people who walks into a room, you go upstairs, you walk in, you've forgotten instantly why? Yeah, I'm like that too. Just in case I do forget, with the Sarah collection, all of this will qualify for free P&P, just to let you know. And that's if you're in the UK or if you are in the US as well. And that's the Sarah collection. So just before I forget, if you're thinking, oh, I do fancy it, but Bex, you have just mentioned saving 17p on postage. I wonder how much all of this is. Not a jot, not a penny or a cent. Who fancies crafting again? Yeah, let's do it. So we have just been bringing to you our stacked easel cards. So let's find out from the gorgeous Jan how we can make with them. And with you, Jan.
Thank you. Yeah, I love this concept. And I was just watching you with the boards there, Becky, and I'm just thinking there are so many different ways to use these, because you've got the original concept of that stacked easel, but you've essentially got yourself a set of nesting dies. We talked on one of the earlier shows, one of our lovely customers suggested using things that were meant to be 3D flat on the front of a card. So again, you know, you've got images that you can use on the front of your card projects. So let's have a look then. I chose one from the second set, and I've gone just simply for the circle one. I wanted to keep it sort of fairly basic to show you how that concept works. So what we get in there then, we've literally got essentially what is a set of nesting dies, and they're actually mixed between, in this one you've got a scalloped edge, and then every alternate one straight, scallop straight, and then your little feature die in the centre. You've also got extra embellishments as well to create your sentiment and your stopper. You also get your little instruction booklet. Now don't be put off thinking, my goodness, it takes all this to make it. It's in lots of languages, and you only actually need the first few pages to read the English version, and then it goes on to other languages. Sets out exactly what you need and how to cut things in order to make those easel cards. So if you need that, it's there. If you prefer to watch us, don't forget, once we've finished live, we're actually, all the videos are archived, so you can actually go back and re-watch them. You can pause us when you need to so that you can craft along, and if you prefer to do it that way. So what I've done, I've got some scrap card basically that I'm going to show you the concept with, and then I've got lots of bits prepared so that we can pop one together. Okay. So in order to make an easel card, we need a base. we need a front, and we need the bit that goes in the middle. So I've actually taken a piece of cardstock and folded it in half, and I'm going to make my base card out of the scalloped layer. So instead of popping it central on here, in which case I would literally just cut myself 2 circles, I'm actually going to hang it over the edge of the folded section here. So this top part of the die, the cutting edge, is actually missing. I don't know whether we can we have a zoom again, George?
Of course we
Here
can.
we go, look, he's coming, here we go. In he comes, look, fantastic. So can you see how I've left that edge of the die so that it's not going to cut the cardstock, which is going to leave my fold intact. Fantastic, thank you, George. So let's just stick that down and pop that through the machine then. So we'll just pop that to cut out, and then I'll show you how to fold it.
And is that one on your Junior again?
This fits, all these will fit through the Gemini Junior, yeah. They're all small enough to fit on those smaller section plates. Brilliant. But again, like I said earlier, I tend to use my Junior plates with the big Gemini. I don't know why, I just keep my big Gemini out because if I need that larger platform, I've got it. But the smaller plates, it's quicker.
Yeah,
so they fit through there nicely. So literally what that has done, let me just take the tape off there. We've actually cut out the die, but where I left it overhanging, we've got that little straight edge still in place, which has created a fold. So first of all, if you just wanted to make yourself some cute little shaped card blanks, the whole of this collection, you could create, you know, a hexagonal one, you could create the book. Just by doing this, you could make yourself a little set of note cards, pop them in a gift bag, and you've got yourself a little gift. But this was just stage 1. To make the easel card, we need to take one of them and fold it in half. Now you can do this with your scoreboard to make sure that it's accurate, but I'm just going to show you what I mean just by folding it. So this is going to create the sort of the easel part, and then we would just cut a single one of these again out of a single piece of card, which would give you the card front. And you can see now there, if I actually tilt it on its side, you can see we've got that sort of easel element. And then because they're graded in size, they're graded to move down that sort of set of stacking easels. So I'm just going to pop that to one side because I just wanted to show you how the concept's built up, and then I will talk you through what I've done. So number 1, the largest size, I've done exactly what we just did. I've cut out my folded one. All right, it's got the hinge on it, I've done the fold on it, and I've just used the next one down, which is the plain edge, to create a matten layer. And I just happen to have used, you may have spotted already, because I've got that gorgeous Caring Thoughts all out on my desk, I've used the Sarah Signature Collection to decorate this. I thought it went lovely with the cream cardstock. Really so literally that's the next one down. So that's going to be my largest one. I've popped tape on here ready to pop the front piece on. So let's stick that one on there now. So we're just going to line this up with the front, and because it's been die cut, you can see easily that that is going to just match up to those little scallops and stick that one. So we've got our first little easel card there. Okay, so then we need to go to the next set. So I'm going to take the next scalloped edge and the next straight edge one, and we're going to do the same again. So we've got exactly the same as what we did there, and we're going to pop piece in there from that next size down, folded it across, literally take the tape off, and we've got a separate one to stick on the front. So let's have a look there. That's the second one, and you can see there we've got that second little easel. They just get cuter and more cute as you go down the sizes. They're absolutely adorable. Wait while you see the little dinky one. I love this. So again, exactly the same. I've gone down to the last 2. So we've got these 2 next, which are the smallest ones. So we've got a scalloped one, and whoops, that way for you, and the plain one again. And I've done exactly the same. So we've folded it halfway, we've used it to make a matten layer, I've put the tape on the front there, and we're going to add a second one that I've cut, stuck to me, and we're going to line this one up. And I just think, honestly, as I say, the smaller they get, the more cute they get. They're absolute, look at that. How gorgeous is that? Just that little
Adorable.
tiny dinky one.
So cute.
So the idea now with these, I'm going to bring my double-sided tape pen in now. Let's just move some of this out of the way so that you can see what I'm doing. So the first one in your instructions, it tells you to sort of set the first one at an angle where you would want it to sit as an easel. And as all of you know, those of you that are used to card making, you know that an easel card needs a stopper to stop it sliding back down. If you're new to crafting, all I mean by that is literally popping something here so that it does stop that card from sliding and falling flat.
Yeah.
So a stopper just holds it in place.
Perfect.
Now we're actually going to use the next size card to hold this in place. Ingenious.
Oh, it's like we thought of this,
Honestly,
isn't it?
it's been so well thought through. So I'm going to pop some double-sided tape on the bottom section of there, hold this roughly where I want it to go, and then literally make sure I've got this the right way. I've got the fold to the back. I'm literally going to pop that one on here, give it a press, and that is literally going to hold that one in place. Now you know what's coming next because we're going to do the same again. Just get my glue out of the way. So I'm going to open this one to where I want it to sit, and then we're going to use a little dinky one as the stopper at the front. So again, little bit of adhesive on that front section there, whether it be your tape runner, whether it be ordinary tape, whether it be wet glue, whatever you prefer. Just remember to make sure that the folded part is to the back, and you've got the open section at the front. And again, we're going to position that one in place so that that then becomes the stopper for the one in behind there. Okay, and then the last one, you've actually got elements on here that you can use to make the stopper. So because it was such a diddy one, I've just used a little circle here, and I've made a little stopper just to go on the front there to hold this one up. So we're going to pop that one in position at the front. And I'll show you where I got the little heart from in a second. So you can see these now all stood up nicely.
So nice.
And then also on there, you get a decorative element as well here. So I've just taken a little bit of that beautiful mirror card there from that Caring Thoughts collection. I've die cut that out, and this one's just going to fit nicely on the front. And you can see where I just pinched that little heart from. That fit on the stopper there at the front.
Clever.
And then again, I've just used some bits in that set. We've also got the hello, so you can see we've got the mat and the wording to go on there. So I thought we'd do this one at the back, and then I actually, because I was using Caring Thoughts, in the back of it I've got a few little die cuts that I thought we'd just use to actually decorate. So we've got a couple going on there, and I've got I did actually bring a little embellishment, but I don't know whether we needed it. I just wondered if it wanted like, yeah, I do quite like that.
Yeah, do it.
I do quite like. They're all saying do it, do it, do
more
it.
is more.
So a little bit of just a hot glue on there just to secure that, and it's just, this one's just out of my stash. I've got a massive stash of all embellishments and bits and pieces and ribbon and goodness knows what. But the idea then is you've got that gorgeous little set. I just think it is absolutely adorable. Literally, there's your stacked easel, and like Becky said, when you're ready to post, fold them all flat, and you've literally got, where are we, just there, to pop in your envelope.
Brilliant.
Yep. Just literally how flat it goes back down. Just ingenious, honestly. Hats off to our product development team. I love them.
Oh, Jan, thank you so much for showing us that. Does anyone else sit and watch the demos and think, oh, hand me some glue and card? Yeah, that's what I'm feeling like here. Let's be inspired by you at home. Let's have a look at what you've been making. We're going to start off with Susan. Susan's in with us. This is the stacked easel using the hearts, this one. So you've used the loved sentiment there. Oh, I love how you've used the different textures in that. I really like you've got the larger hearts on the backing paper and then smaller. Very, very cute to see that. I love that. Thank you for sending that in. Carla, you're in with us. Hello to Carla. Oh, well, Carla's done something very different here.
Oh my word, look at that. Just a different way of arranging them there. Becky done that. Looks stunning. That's a proper, you know what we call a mantelpiece pleaser.
Yes, definitely.
Isn't that beautiful? Well done, Carla. I love it.
Do you know what? I love mantelpiece pleasers because I've got some of them at home because you put them on your mantelpiece, which in my house is just as you walk in the door. And if you pop something on, someone walks through your door, they're ignoring the dog running around and the mess. They just go straight to the mantelpiece. It's nice. And I love that. Thank you so much for sending those ones in. If you have just tuned in, hi. Were you expect to see Joe? I've not just sort of shrunk in height and had a shave. I'm a completely different person. My name is Rebecca Redican. It's lovely to be with you. Do feel free to call me Becky or Bex. My mum sometimes calls me Rachel. It's because it's my sister's name. She gets confused. But Joe's not with you right now because he's having a little nap and a bit of scran, a bit of food. Because Americans, you have got warehouse clearance this evening. And just to let you know, it's EST, it's at 3 p.m. and then PST, it's going to be at 12 p.m. just to let you know that's coming up. So that's why you've got me for the next hour and the gorgeous Jan. It is Second Chance Sunday and it's the final day of double points. So not only are you going to be getting some of the best products from the last couple of weeks, some of them you might not have seen before, but also you are going to be getting those double points as well. And as I say, that does run out this evening. So if you're watching live, what day is it here in the UK? Sunday. Oh, of course it is, because I'm going home to a Sunday roast later. It's Sunday. So do feel free to get the most out of those double points. Do feel free to get in touch with me on social. Quite frankly, I'm loving hearing off you, especially if you are brand new and you want to say hello. Let's have a little read out of some, shall we? We've had Dylan came in and said that they love the unboxing, and says also that I have this box and I'm looking forward to the inspiration. So I hope you enjoyed that inspo. It was fab, wasn't it? Shelley's in saying, welcome Becky, you're so bubbly and cute. Oh, love your personality. You will fit right in with us craftaholics. Oh my goodness, that is so sweet of you. Shelley, thank you very much. And trust me, yeah, I myself am a craftaholic, absolutely. There's nothing I love more. Gwen is saying, I love the brads. I'm using them for wedding invitations to secure the vellum. Oh, Gwen, I'm so nosy. Whose wedding? Is it your wedding? Is it a family member's wedding? Are you selling them on? Let us know. Where's our invite? I am nosy. I am. If you do watch like Coronation Street and the stuff like that, I am like the curtain twitcher. I like to know what's going on. So thank you for that. Bernie's also in saying, hi Becky, welcome to the family, and sending a kiss. Mwah, straight back at you. Thank you so much. We'll have a little bit more from you in a mo. But for now, let's give you some more treats. Now, I absolutely love the Nature's Garden. I love the fact that it's such a well-known and well thought out collection, and for me the Peacock collection, I have to say, is one of my absolute favourites. In fact, I love Peacock so much that my whole kitchen is peacock and teal colour, so if you're into that as well, you're about to be smiling from ear to ear. So let's go through what you're going to be getting. This is just what the packaging looks like, and then we'll go through what you're going to be getting in here. Flip this over. So this is your Nature's Garden Peacock collection, and this is your Flourishing Frame die. I really appreciate this one. I think it's got, it's quite sort of quintessential, isn't it? There's something quite sort of vintage rose garden about it. But depending on the colours you use, I can almost imagine this is quite a Bollywood theme as well, actually. As well as that, you are going to be getting the corner die as well. So this is giving you that really wonderful effect. Anyone else thinking it looks a bit like a lotus flower? Could do, couldn't it? Depending on the way you're going to be using it. And I really like that you've got almost a stained glass window with this. Do you know what? One of the things I have to say I do love about Crafters Companions dies is just how crisp they always are. It's almost lace-like in areas. Beautiful, that one. Now let's chat about your stamps and sentiments. So, we have got everything you need to put a smile on your loved one's face. You have got your words here. You have got, I love when you have sections that you can use. So you've got you are, and then you might put, different, you are beautiful, for example, or you are fabulous. You've got loads in here, so very, you've got friend, happy birthday, which quite frankly is always useful. And you've got all of those ones. Then we're going to carry on with the Peacock design, and we're doing the stamps for that one as well. So in here, you've got that beautiful stamp design. You've got all of the feathers here as well with the eyes of the peacocks themselves. And you've also got the sentiments there as well. Today is all about you. Now, of course, that's perfect for birthdays, but what about Mother's Day and things like that too? That could be good, couldn't it? Then you've got the layering for the actual peacock itself. And this is what's going to give you that really lovely 3D effect. And you have got, I love the word plumage. I've only just realised plumage is not used enough. Plumage. Do you know another one that I really like? Discombobulated. Bit of discombobulated plumage. Do you know what? I could get that on a poster. Anyway, let's carry on. We have got that wonderful dye and effect there. Now let's get ready to add some texture with your embossing. Now get ready to take a breath because this is stunning. What we've done here is we've taken the motif of the plumage itself, or the eye of the actual peacock feathers, if you will, and we've given you the embossing sheet with this. I love how that sits up. It's giving you almost a little bit 1920s with the colourway, but it could also be really, really modern. And you can use it both ways as well. So we've got that black card and then we've got that gilding over the top, but you could make this super, super modern if you wanted to. Even having it sideways, I think gives it a really different feel. And lastly, but by no means leastly, you have got the wonderful peacock there itself. Now that is eye-catching, isn't it? That is the feature. You're going to open this, that's going to make people smile from ear to ear. Speaking of smiling, let's have a look at what we can create with these beauties. Now that for me makes me smile. I love the details that we've got on this. It feels really beautiful with that kind of lotus flower-esque effect, but it's a real colour pop with this one, isn't it? Oh my gosh. Get ready for your heart to just go a little bit thumpy. Thumpy? You know what I mean? Thumpy. Yeah. But yeah, you have got here your beautiful cards. Do you know what I love with these ones? Just how 3D these ones are and how you can create them. That one I think has got a really modern theme because we've got some more of those metallics on there as well. And this one, again, creating that layered up effect. We have got a fabulous day, one here. Oh, just before I forget, because again, I will. I am going to be asking you to message in shortly with your card of the week. That's not too far away. So this was a Julie Howard piece here, and you can see again how we've got that design. And I love with this one how we've actually worked with that almost stained glass window effect. Can you see that here? So picking out some of those colours just to tie it all in. And lastly, but by no means leastly, get a bit of vellum in your life. And this one here is from the lovely Terry. Again, it just feels so, do you know what? I'm going to use the word expensive. Do you know what I mean? It's got a really expensive feel about it, these. But the great thing is, to actually make them, it's not. Because you're going to get the whole set, 48 elements in total, for just £63 or $85. And as a reminder, it's double points, and it's the last day of the double points. So grab them whilst you can. You know, you've got to feel like, is it Scrooge McDuck who at the beginning dives into all of those coins? You've got to feel like that with your double points. So do make the most of them whilst you can. Can we grab a demo? Oh, let's. Shall we get making? First off, Jam, what do you think about these? What do these ones say to you?
Honest, this colour, absolutely love this colour. My bedroom's all done in teal as the main colour. It's all neutral, but then teal's sort of the feature colour in it with the bedding and the curtains and things. So yeah, absolutely. Anything with that colour on it just draws me in anyway. But of course, it doesn't have to be. You know, you could actually venture out and use any colours. We just chose that because it is traditionally the turquoise you think about with the peacock feathers. So what we're going to do now is have a look at this flourishing frame. Beautiful piece of metal, and it could be used again in lots and lots of different sort of occasions. It doesn't even have to be used. There's nothing peacock about it really. So we're actually looking at a good size 5 by 7 inch piece of metalwork going on here, and it comes with an external frame. So you've literally got a matten layer if you wish, and it's also got that gorgeous frame which comes without the actual edge die. So again, if we can have a little zoom in there just to have an inspect. Here he comes, look, here he comes. Are we ready? You can just see round the edge here, there's no cutting edge on it. So when you inspect your dies, if you have a look at them and there's no edge around it, that means it's going to cut into your card. All right, thank you, George. Right, so we're actually going to do just that. I'm going to create a frame, and then I've actually used it to cut into my card. So I've got some gorgeous teal coloured card, and this is actually our Pacific Centura Pearl that I've chosen here. It's perfect, I think, for this collection. And we've got a card bundle on the show that includes this colour, which we sort of put together for the Peacocky collection. Am I right in thinking that's on this one, Georgia?
You're not wrong.
Yes, I thought it was. I've done that much prep this week. I thought, have I got mixed up with another show then, just as I said it out loud?
No,
so I'm going to use them
perfect.
both together. I'm actually going to put the frame around the edge. Now, if you're not confident in using both dies together, you can either cut your mat first and then insert the frame, or vice versa, cut the frame into the card and then cut the mat round it. But because it's actually just slightly smaller, I'm going to pop it, stick this one down first. As long as the dies aren't touching is what I'm trying to say, we're good. So let's stick this bit down first, and then there's actually about sort of a couple of mil. So you've got like 1 millimetre all the way around it there. You can just see that there is actually a gap. So as long as it's not touching, and as long as you stick it down well, then you should be fine to pop it through together. But like I say, if not, do them separately. So it's a thin metal die, so we need our plates building up again. And again, I'm going to pop that through our large Gemini. Okay, now I have actually cut this out, and we're actually going to go for a diorama card this time, so or a theatre card. I know, I think it was Ben last time I was here, he said it's almost, we nearly renamed it, it looks a bit like a theatre card because you're looking in to that sort of card style.
Yeah, so, like you sat in the audience looking
past we're going to look through the window into the back to find the peacock. So I was just having a quick look on the back, and I don't need to doubt it. You can just see the machine's done the work there, even on all that scrolling detail. If you look on the back of your die, and you can see what looks like, it almost looks as if you've drawn the design in pencil. You can see it here, look. You know that that's cut through, and you've got no problem with the pieces popping out there. Brilliant. So I'm just going to release that tape and just take that back off. We'll take the frame out first, and then I just wanted to show you what this looks like. And I just think, you know, think about it maybe in gold mirror card would make a gorgeous photo frame, something like that. So that bit's spare, I don't need that. Let's get rid of that bit and pop all those out of the way. And you can see there, just by taking your pokey tool to there, all those pieces literally just want to pop out.
I love doing that. I find that so satisfying.
If you've got your die brush, you could run that over the top of it, but literally they're just, you know, it cuts so crisply. But having said that, you know, if you've got other machines out there, it's, you know, it's a size that's 5x7. It should fit through any of your machines that have got plates that are the right size to coat with it. Okay. So you can see where I'm heading with this. I'm not going to pop all the pieces out because you can see roughly where we're going. But imagine we've cut them all out there, and absolutely beautiful. I just think the design on there lends itself to all sorts of things. It really does. You know, you chop into it, cut it and make it corners. You could extend it. You know, if you're a scrapbooker and things like that, these could actually be corner designs that you could take out to the corners of your 12-inch square papers. You know, so think about it outside the box as well. So let me just get rid of some of this mess that I've made, and I'll show you where we're heading then with the... and I have put it in the bin. I have got a bin down there. I've not just put it on the floor, honest.
Yeah. You're just stood there in with little bits of cut at your feet.
Pre-scored this one. Honestly, trust me, I'll show you the bin if I need to. It is down there.
I'm not that'd make great
particularly
TV.
A messy crafter. I like everything to be nice and tidy. So she says,
I'm
you should see the craft room, but honestly, the rest of it. Now then, let me just think. Am I going the right way here? Yes, I am. Yeah, and then that one goes back on itself. Okie doke. So this is going to be the back of my card. So if you want to know any measurements, I can just have a look there. We've got 9 3/4 by 8 inches.
Okay.
And how I arrived at that was using this piece to start off with. I wanted to be able to get this in the centre of it with a little border around the outside. So all I've done is measured this element and then added on my 3/4 of an inch and then 1.5 inches, I think it is, on the edges, and literally just built it up from there. And then what I've done in the back there is I've used that beautiful embossing folder. And this is what you were just saying, Becky. The one that you had there was black with gilding wax on, but just to do it in a completely different colour, just
Stunning.
Look how...
You can see how 3D
absolutely
that is.
beautiful, isn't it? And because this is longer than the embossing folder,
Yeah.
I've actually popped it through twice. Now, if you look carefully, again, I'm pointing this out just to show you how I've done it. But if you look, you can just see the join here. And these are actually upside down.
Oh,
but if I
that's
hadn't have
clever.
told you that, I'm
No, you
not so
wouldn't have
sure
noticed.
anybody would notice. And I'm
No.
going to put something in the centre of here anyway. So I don't think you would actually notice that this has been reversed. Because I literally put this part through the embossing folder.
Yeah.
And then literally turned it round and just did the bottom piece to match it.
Clever.
Okay, so that's how we arrived at that piece. So that's going to be the back. And then what I did with my frame, you can see here on the front now. And this is what I was talking about this piece on its own actually cut through without an edge. So let me just get rid of the tape off there and I'll show you what I mean. So I've cut this into my craft cardstock. So you can see that the craft card is cut exactly the same design. And then I cut this piece in the card, in the Pacific card, to lay and mat it over the top. Wonderful. Now I've just stuck that together using my dotty tape pen over the craft card to actually stick this one. And because it's die cut, you've got that beautiful sort of alignment going on there. So all we need to do now then is I've made a couple of panels with the Pacific. I have to keep in my head Pacific, not specific. All right. And I've used a little bit of that mint card, that's some scraps that I had left over from this morning. There's also Pacific, yeah. And then this is just going to go on the edges just to give a bit of a link to that centre. So just stick that one down there. Again, cardstock to cardstock. I nearly always use my my Collal all-purpose glue. You get a really good stick and it stays there. And you've got that wriggle room as well. If you got it here. Yeah.
Jan, I've got a quick question here for you, if that's
Yes,
all right.
it is, my
from,
lovely.
It's in from Susan. Hey up, Susan. You're all right, my love. Susan's saying, when we were talking about popping out the elements within this frame, if you use your die brush, will it scratch the card?
No, it's quite soft actually. It's only nylon in the die brush. It is quite soft. If you're worried about that, do it from the back. So pop the pieces out from the back rather than the front if you're worried about it actually damaging the surface, yeah?
Good tip.
So it works both ways. You can actually pop these out from the back just the same as you can from the front, yeah? So whichever way it works for you. So we've got our front and back now. So those two are going to stick together like so. And by diorama, all I mean, let me just crease that back in there, is that you're creating like a section in the middle. If I tilt it there, can you just see that there's a little bit of depth there in the middle?
Yeah.
So we need something to sit in the middle now. So let's just stick that piece together and then I'll show you what we're going to pop in the middle, because we've got that beautiful peacock die that's just crying out to be used on there. So I'm just going to line this up, pop that on there. And then the same at this side, pop some double-sided tape or whatever your glue of choice is. Line that one up. Okay, give that a good press down. And that's our card made. But we actually need now something to go inside. And in that collection, you've got this beautiful, beautiful proud peacock.
Oh, I love it.
Isn't he gorgeous?
Oh,
It's
stunning.
quite majestic, I think is probably the word, isn't it? So what I've done there is I've gone back to that mint cardstock and I've cut him out of that and actually used my embossing mat just to bring up all this detail on here. Can we see that again, that markings on it is all part of the die. and it's beautiful. Just added a little tiny gem there just for his eye. So let's just take these foam pads off, and then I'm going to pop him in the back so that we can see him through the window on the diorama card.
I love how elegant that shape is. He looks
beautiful,
a bit like,
isn't it?
if you saw him walking around a grand garden, he's going to have a proper sort of strut. The peacock strut, you know what I mean? I feel like he's quite regal and really beautiful. Show off that plumage. So we're just going to pop him in the back just there. And then again on one of the stamp sets, like you were saying, you can mix and match them, Becky. So I've just got on here, "You make me so proud." Okay, so we're just going to pop those on. Again, I've just popped those on some foam pads. But again, you know, whatever combination of sentiment you want to use, we're going to put that one at the top there. "You make me so," and then we've got "proud." I think I went a bit giddy with the foam pads here. We've got plenty going on. Nice bit of added depth and security.
I don't like things falling apart.
No, you don't want that. Actually, Jan, we've had a message in for you from Anne. She said, "Jan is such a good teacher, I can't look away."
Oh, bless her, thank
I agree.
you.
I agree.
It's sort of in the blood, really. It really is. But there we go. Look, we've got that gorgeous design in that two-tone sort of tealy turquoisey colour. That lovely peacock in the back there. And then when we flip him round, are you ready, George? There we go, look. Aww. Absolutely beautiful. He's just going to come out so you can see that. Okay. So that's our Peacock collection.
Oh, Jan, thank you so much for showing us that. I honestly, I just need to get my die cutter out right now. If you fancy making that, or in fact any of the other designs that I showed you earlier, you're going to want to treat yourself to the Peacock collection, and this is what you're going to be getting in it. So your 48 elements, you've got the dies, you've got the stamps, and you've got the embossing folders there as well, and you're getting a huge discount on it. You're getting it today in the UK for just £63, $85 in the US, and please don't forget for me, double points still. What's better than 1 point? Double it. And that's what we've got for you today. Now, if you do want to create these kinds of looks and we want those wonderful peacock sort of ethereal but fun colours, let me bring you the Pacific collection. Now this is the luxury pearlescent finishing. The top left one is the one that Jan was using. That's the Pacific blue that you've got there. Then you've got that wonderful, almost like a rose pink, isn't it? That you've got there. Fuchsia, perfect word. Got a touch of the cerise, yeah. You've got royal blue there in the bottom corner, and then chartreuse there at the other corner for you. And you have got all of those ones for £9. And you're getting 40 sheets, so you're going to be using a lot of this. You're going to be able to make a lot of these cards. So you're getting 30% discount on that today. If you come in and grab it now, 30% discount with that double point, so enjoy. If you have just tuned in because maybe you've just stumbled upon us and you're thinking, hey, I'm brand new and I've just found this. Hi, by the way, I'm brand new too. It can be our first day together. You know, like you're in a new school and you get given a badge that says like, it's my first day, speak to me. Do you know what I mean? We can walk around together. Do feel free to get in touch with us. You might be interested in knowing what on earth are we talking about with the double points, etc., etc. Well, this is our Inspire, and you are definitely going to be inspired if you love savings. Have a little look at this VT.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 50 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind the scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
So that is how you can get involved with Club Inspire, and again, double points today, but today is the final day, so make the most of it. Let's have a little nosy at what everyone's been saying. I've had a message in, Rebecca, you are so adorable. Sorry, just zoomed in then. It's not from my mum, it's from Bonnie. Hiya. Love watching you and hope you will be making future appearances. That is so sweet of you, Bonnie. Thank you very much. Oh, that's put a smile on my face. You're a love. I've had another question in for you, Jan.
Yep.
I'm starting a decoupage project from the subs box soon. Should I use foam pads or 3D glue for the layers? Good question.
Oh, now good question. Yeah, it's a bit of a personal choice that. It doesn't really matter. Both of them work. Okay, what I tend to think is that with foam pads, they tend to be more what I call stacked. So you get sort of the foam pad in between and then the stacked layers, which look fab, don't get me wrong. I prefer to use the 3D glue gel, the Collal glue, mainly because you can then start and shape your card. So if you remember the one that we did at the beginning with the caring thoughts, I've used glue gel on this one. It just means that you can shape the pieces a little bit more. I don't know, it just sort of, to me, you know, and as I say, it is a personal choice. It just gives you that sort of rounded, domed effect. And obviously the glue will mould to whatever shape you want it. And then once you leave it alone, it dries in that shape. It doesn't flatten. It doesn't sort of seep down to a level. It dries wherever you leave it. And again, it is purely personal. If you spoke to our Craig, he would probably go with foam pads because I know he's our foam pad king. So again, it is purely preference. All I would say is try both. Have a look at both and see which you prefer. If you've not got a preference, go with either.
I like using the foam pads on more angular pieces, but I love using that glue when there is anything a little bit more
sculpted. Sort of. Yes.
Perfect word for it. Yeah. Thank you so much for that question. If you have just tuned in, hi, how are you? My name's Rebecca Edican. Thanks for getting involved. Lovely Joe's having a bit of a break because he is on for the warehouse tonight. For all of you lovely American family members, it's 3 p.m. at EST and 12 p.m. PST if you do want to tune in for that and get yourself some bargains. Now don't forget, I'm going to be picking card of the week with your help very soon, but before it, let's get some beautiful and wonderfulness in our life, shall we? We're going to be bringing to you the beautiful, wonderful stamp collection, and for me, I can't think of anyone in my family or any one of my loved ones that I would not love to gift this to in one form or another. So in these ones, you're going to be getting 5 pieces in this set. You've got the beautiful, you've got the you, you've got the florals, you've got the border, and you've got the butterfly. As well as that, you've got the wonderful friend in this design too. That again is 5. And you've got this wonderful floral detail again. And you've got a little bit more of a vine, kind of like vine-like tendrils that you've got for the framing one here. And then, this is one of my absolute faves. You have got your Aqua Blend Spectrum pencils. Now these are wonderful. If you've not used these ones before, imagine watercolouring but with definition and with ease. Because if you're anything like me, I love my watercolours. I've been doing painting since I was really young. In fact, my dad was an art teacher before he retired. I love watercolours, but sometimes for me, they're hard to control, especially if you're doing a technique that's called wet on wet. You know, you wet the paper first and then you wet the brush to add your paint to. It can go all over the show. With these, you get the watercolour look, but you get more precision. And you're going to be getting 12 of those ones there. This is a representation of your colours. There you go. And we are going to be demoing with these beauties now. I am over to you. Wonderful, Jan. What are we making?
Oh, we're back to my stamping again. I'm in my sort of comfort zone when I start stamping. That's my sort of go-to thing, Becky. I love
Is that
and
your
I
wheelhouse?
absolutely adore colouring as well. So yeah, anything that sort of says stamp and colour, I'm in there. And again, lots of different mediums. As much as I love my alcohol markers, love my pencil crayons as well. So I'm going to show you how they work. So again, we've got wonderful friend there. Becky's just gone through the details of these. I'm actually going to use the Beautiful You, and we're going to stamp out this butterfly one. Absolutely gorgeous. So if you saw the earlier show, you'll notice that we had the stamping platform and the mat on the show as well earlier. Now those will still be available if you guys missed us at 3 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock. But basically you bought the platform and you get the stamping mat for free, which gives you a nice sort of just a little bit of give to stamp onto. So I've got some watercolour card going on there. We're going to take the butterfly, so we've got acrylic stamps here, pop him on ready, and then again, like I spoke about this earlier, it always pays to think, what am I going to be colouring with first? And because we're going to use these beautiful watercolour pencils, the Aqua blends by Spectrum Noir, I need to know that I'm using a stamping ink that's not going to move with water. So Spectrum have made it really, really easy because their finesse range have got, it says waterproof dye, so we've got a clue going on there, and you've got the water brush to show that that's what you can use for colouring. So this essentially is a permanent ink that isn't going to move when I start adding water with the pencils. So let's get that one inked up. And this is actually the flagstone. I do prefer to use this one rather than black. And again, it is only a personal thing. It's just not quite as harsh as the black. So when you're colouring in, it depends, you know, sometimes I want a really solid black outline. But if I'm colouring, the grey's just that little bit more sort of friendly. So we'll pop that down onto the watercolour, give it a good press for that ink to absorb, and just look at that. Isn't he stunning, or she? Okay, so what we're going to do then is we're going to add some detail to that. So I've done exactly the same. All right, I think it should be dry. We'll go with the one I've just stamped, but you just need to make sure it's dry. And then we're going to come to these gorgeous pencils. So let's have a little look. I want my purple one, which is Berry. I want Bubblegum, which is the pink one. Whoops, I'm going to do 3 different colours. And then I want the teal coloured one there. So let's take those out. So what we've actually got here is the means of colouring but adding water to blend it out. So I'm actually going to go direct to the cardstock to colour this, and if you've got a water brush, works great. If you've got a pot with a separate paintbrush and water, works great. What I'm actually going to use is my crystal clear sparkle pen. And I'm going to use this like a water brush, and what it will do, it will actually move the colour about for me on my cardstock, but it will also add that beautiful shimmer of glitter on it as well, so that when it's dried, our finished product has got that shimmer on it. So this is going to become my water brush. So literally all I'm going to do is add some of this down, and all I'm doing, literally anybody can have a go at this. I'm not even being that careful. So I want to just pop this down literally from the centre here, and all I'm doing is popping that onto the watercolour card. Okay, now also the other thing that's really nice, and I did this so that you guys could see what I was doing here with the colours, is you can make yourself a little palette as well, and I'll show you how this works when we come to the colouring aspect with the watercolour. Okay. But just to pop these onto the card gives you the names of the colours that I'm using there. The bit at the bottom, I'll talk to you about that. That's the inks that I've used later. So what I want to do then is go on to sort of a pinky shade to come out from there. So literally just adding it as if you were colouring really roughly. I'm not really paying that much attention to how it's going. So she's just said in my ear, it looks horrible.
Yeah, that wasn't me. Oh, it looks horrible to start with. She said to start
she added on
with.
the end to start with, I'll give you that much.
Could you imagine? That's horrible.
She wouldn't do that. I know her better than that. She did, bless her.
It kind of looks horrible.
But what
to
we're going to
start
do
with.
is we're going to blend it.
It will get better, is what was implied.
I know, I'm only teasing her. So here we go then with the magic coming. So I'm just going to give my sparkle pen a shake to wake up that glitter. All right, and again, if you look, what George was meaning there is it does look really scribbled, and because of the texture on the watercolour card, it's quite grainy and mottled in there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now what we're going to do with the pen is actually smooth all that out, and we can blend at the same time. So I'm just going to get my cloth just to dab this off, so make sure it's actually going. I've got some sparkle coming out. Yeah, I can see that there. And I'm literally going to go from the centre now and look at the difference it makes once you add
like
some
magic.
actual... All right, and I'm just going to get rid of that darker colour before we go into the pink and bring that into that purple there.
Do you always start in the middle and work your way out, or does it depend to you what colours there are?
No reason. I started with the darkest one because I wanted to blend the dark out into the light. If you wanted to work the other way, absolutely no problem, not at all. So again, I'm literally just stroking the surface of the card with the pen. It's so easy. And I think my pen's running out actually looking at it. Just what it does is soften the watercolour. It literally just blends it all out. So again, if we can actually zoom in on this now, we're actually quite, where are we? There we go. Can you see the difference? You can see this on this side is all blended, whereas this still looks really grainy, as if you can see the texture of the watercolour card. So once you've got that coloured in, it looks like this. That one's a little bit stronger. I've spent a bit more time on that one, building up the colour. Okay, so that's what we're going to use there. Let's pop those out of the way for a second. And then the reason I just showed you that palette was, if for any reason you are on the travels, okay, if you wanted, say for example, to stamp some of these out to make a design and you were off out somewhere, by putting this onto the card, you can actually lift it now. Even though it's dried, I can lift it off here. And I can actually paint with it. So you can make yourself like a little tiny colour palette. So again, even though this was done a couple of days ago when I was prepping, the water reactivates it and you can actually lift it off. And I just think, clever stuff.
And it's still so intense, the colour.
Amazing, isn't it? Yeah. And as for this one, again, just the pen itself, all I would do is just literally wipe it off on either some scrap card or on my cloth here, and the colour comes out of the nib there, and oops, come a bit closer, you can see what I'm doing. So all I've done is just wiped it on there, look at the nib, and we've actually got rid of the colour off there. I'm now sparkling. So pop that to one side then, and I'll show you what I've done for my card. So we've got a card blank, and then what I wanted to do was create a background for him. So what I've done is I've taken that same stamp that we used before, and I've picked out some of my quick dry ink pads that match the colour tones. So this is where the other bit came in. I've gone for green topaz, fuchsia and crushed velvet out of our Spectrum Noir ink pads. And literally just stamp those around the edge just to make a border. Now most of that's going to be covered up, but I just wanted to see this colour around the edge. So let's pop that one down to start with. Again, you can see where I've pinched the middle of the card, look, because I didn't want to waste it. I've used that for something else. So we'll just pop a little bit of Kalal onto there. Whoops.
Oh, do you know what? Just whilst you're gluing that on, Karen's had a really good question for you. She said she's just had a little read, and she's found it said the sparkle pens should be stood upright, but she keeps hers vertical, lying down. Which is correct?
It says they should be stored upright. Where does it say that?
Karen's read it somewhere.
No, I would always, she's quite right, I would always keep them laid. Yeah, if we're talking about alcohol markers, I would definitely put them flat. I always keep my sparkle pens. Having said that, this travels about in my bag upright, but the ones I've got at home are actually laid in a tray. Either way, the actual glitter inside here will settle. So that's why I gave it a good shake at the beginning. So whether you've got it laid flat, the glitter will settle in the bottom here.
Yeah.
If you've got it upright, it will settle at the bottom of the pen. So either way, it doesn't really make a difference as long as you give it that good shake to agitate that glitter before you start using it.
Perfect.
If you find that you're using your pens and it just looks watery without any sparkle, it's possibly because that glitter's settled in the pen. Give it that good shake to wake it up. Okay, and then you should be good to go. So we've stuck that piece down, and again, I've been busy. I'm in a bit of a shaker mood this week. So I've stamped out even the beautiful you, all right, into the background, and then I've just splattered it with a few of the colours. So again, grabbed quite a bit of colour and literally tap the back just to make that speckled background. And then I just happen to have got some little iridescent butterflies. So we're going to pop this on as sort of a focal. And this is actually, as I say, it's going to cover up most of those butterflies, but I just wanted them peeking out to tie the background in with the foreground. So this one's going to go on there, like so. And then we're going to bring our gorgeous butterfly that we stamped and coloured, and he's just going to go in this corner away from the
sentiments.
The sentiments, the word I was looking for. Thank you. It's getting late,
welcome.
So you can see there. All right.
But
just see how this actually links it all together with the colours in here, just to bring it together. I'm into my shakers at the minute. Yeah, I love my shaker elements at the minute. So there we go. That's your beautiful you.
Jan, I absolutely adore that. Thank you so much for sharing
You're
that.
welcome.
I love a card that you can enjoy looking at, but also enjoy listening to. So that is for you today. Now, it's that time of the show. You're going to be voting on your favourite card of the week. So throughout the week, what we've been doing on a lot of the shows is we've been having you pick your favourite cards from the show on that day, voted for by you. And now what we're going to go is, we're going to go through all of them, your favourites, and then we're going to pick the favourite of the favourites. And then we're going to pick, after picking the favourites of the favourites, we're going to, at the end of each month, have your favourites, and then at the end of the year, we'll have all of those favourites that are favourites, and you vote on your favourites for the end of the year. Yeah? Yeah? I mean, it's clear as mud, isn't it? But all I need you to do is make a little note of which one is your favourite one. What I'm going to do, just to make it easy for myself, it's my first day, is I'm going to go through these and give them a number. And then, if you pick your favourite, which one you love the most, message it in to us. And you can do that on Facebook. You can do it on YouTube as well, if you so wish. So all you have to do is give us the number. So let's start off with cashier number 1, please. You've left something in your bagging area. I mean, it's not exactly what they say, but anyway, this is number 1. This is your watering can design. That is from Debbie Fisher. That's number 1. Second up, you've got hello and your butterfly. This is number 2. Then we've got number 3 here. Oh, I love this one. Very pretty. 3 here for you. This is by Leanne. That was for the 19th of Jan. I've got your happy birthday one as well. That one is number, what? I've lost count already. 4. Number 5 for you is Anx. So this one is, that's a Debbie Robinson one for you there. Then we're up to number 6, which is your happy times ahead. Oh yeah, let's cross our fingers for that. Number 7 now, we're on smile. Now that I have to say, I love the adornments on this. So you've got smile in at 7. Number 8 for you now. If you love, oh, it's got to know the previous card. This one here for you is one that's got that lovely 3D element to it. That one there again was number 8. Is that correct? Yeah. 9 we've got here for you. Blimey, that's a 3D card. Number 9 here for you. And then going to be bringing to you number 10. This one's got a little bit of a monochrome theme to it. I love a 3D card, me. This is Debbie Fisher. She did this one on the 30th in the masterclass. And then we've got a Flutterby here for you. So we're on 11 here, and this one is one of those stand-up 3D cards. Now that's number 11. Let me show you number 12. Ta-da! Number 12 here in a box frame. I mean, this is talking to me, and do you know what it's saying? Put me in your living room. I love it. Anyway, that one's 12. 13 here for you. Let me show you number 13. That's that one there. I love the 3D nature of that one too. I think that looks really elegant. And then we've got the Just For You card. This is number 14. If you love your 3D pop-out cards, that's another one by Debbie with a Y. So that one is 14. And lastly, but by no means least, well, this has been done by someone I know. This was from today's show, and that is number 15. So give us a little message in now. Which ones are speaking to you? Which ones are you absolutely loving? Remember, that one's 14. Get your vote in now, and you can do that in the comments on our Facebook page or on YouTube. So message in. We are going to be carrying on with the crafting and announcing your winner very, very soon. But before that, let's have a little learn about Crafters TV.
Hi, I'm Joe from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can grab the best deals and shop whilst you watch during our shows. So the best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. Head on over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV. You can see all of our shows, offers, and even shop while you watch. Now if you want to get involved and comment along, head over to our Facebook page. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and lol with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even AirPlay directly onto your big screen. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day.
How you're going to be getting involved with us. Don't forget to keep voting for your card of the week. For now, should we get crafting? Ooh, go on. We are going to be heading on over with the lovely Jan to learn how to create something else to make you and your loved ones smile. And this one is going to be working with the beautiful, wonderful, the craft kit itself, and that's with the twirling characters. Dan, I'm over with you.
Right, so we're going to whiz through this one. So I've got some of the bits already done, but I just wanted to show you the actual cutting the aperture bit. So I've taken one of the die sets, which has got the little, I'm going to use the mermaid. So here she is coloured in. We've got the front and back there, which I've stamped out and coloured with my alcohol markers. So she's all ready to go. I've also taken Hello Beautiful from the stamp set as well. But what I want to do is create an aperture for her to twirl into. So I've just taken some of that plain cardstock and the pattern cardstock from the kit, and I'm going to, I'll use my dots. Let's use the double-sided one, Jan. I'm going to stick this onto the front of the card, and then I'm going to pop the aperture to go through all, hopefully, she says hopefully, I'm fairly certain that our Gemini can cope to go through all the layers. So that one's going to go onto the front there, just to leave a little border. Okay, and then I'm going to secure this one in place on the front there. And then we're just going to pop this through on our Gemini. So just decide whereabouts you want that on the front of your card. Tape it down so that it doesn't move across again. And then let's bring those plates. And because I want it to go through my large Gemini, it's going to go through this way. So I'm going to leave this part of the card actually sticking out of the back. Okay. And just in case, nearly lost it. Well, if you've got a lot of scarring on your plates like we have here, it's a well-loved plate. I'm literally just going to pop a little paper blanket around here so that it doesn't pick up. I don't want all that scarring on the inside of my card. So this is just a piece of photocopier paper that I've just wrapped around it just to seal it inside there so that it doesn't scar that card. So literally we're going to pop that through the Gemini. It's going to cut that aperture out of all three, And then I've got another piece of pattern paper to go in the back so that when we look through the aperture, we can see that paper in the back there. So let's just have a little look. We should, yeah, we're fine with that one. So pop those out to one side. And then literally, we just need to take the tape off there to take that one out. So there we go. Can save that piece to use on another card, but we've got that lovely aperture now to look through. So then we're going to pop the other piece that I've picked in the back of the card so that when we look through that aperture, I can see the lilac. And then I've chosen those colours, the pink and lilac, to carry through into my colours when I coloured in the Little Mermaid. So you can see now we've got our card blank there with the aperture looking through. And as I say, I actually picked out the lilac for her scales and the little pink for the flower in the top there. So what we need to do now is create that element for her to twirl on. So the baker's twine that comes in the kit as well. So the only thing that I've really added to this is the adhesive. The cardstock was one of the 7x5 cards out of the kit. The only thing so far that I've added is adhesive and then the bit of colour that I've used for my colouring in and stamping.
That's amazing, particularly as it makes 24 cards.
Yeah.
That all you've had to add.
That's the minimum, to be honest. You know, there are ways of sort of eking that out to make it a little bit longer.
Brill.
So I'm just going to chop a couple of pieces of tape. And again, you'll be able to do a lot better job of this at home. So let's pop this. In fact, I'm going to pop her on there first before I stick it down. So I want the back one on the inside, like so. And then I want the front one. And because you've done them with the die, you know that these are literally going to marry up and stick on top of each other. So again, let me make sure that this is in shot for you. Literally line up that one over the top there, whoops, and stick that twine in between there so that she's nice and secure. Okay, and then now that I know where she's sat, I can actually bring my, whoops, pop her down there, pop this back in so that I've got some at the top and some at the bottom, lining it up with the centre of that heart. Okay, and again, I'm just doing this quick for demo purposes. If you were doing this at home, you would hide this part. So you could possibly cut another piece of pattern paper to stick over here with the heart in to actually cover up the, what I call the gubbins, making. So make sure that's stuck down. All right, so you can see her in the middle now. And then again, there are different elements in that set that you can use with it. So I'm just going to pop the Hello Beautiful down at the bottom here. And then I've also got some of the pieces from that set that we've die cut. So we've got the little bit of seaweed.
Oh.
We've got some little tiny fishes. Look at these. How cool are these? Little tiny ones.
Love it.
And these are all from that stamp set, from the kit. We'll put the fishes in the water. Have another one. Oh, then we've got the little shells. We've got a little starfish going on there. Even got a little tiny smiley face going on.
Oh, a happy starfish. That's the best.
And then there's
kind.
a little tiny weeny one. Look, he's facing the other way.
Oh.
We may as well use those now. There we go. And then the idea with this is before you pop it in the envelope, you're literally going to twirl her and tighten that baker's twine. So give her a few turns to get that twine nice and sort of taut. Pop it in the envelope so that she's nice and flat now, okay? And then when the recipient gets the card and it's all sort of taut, the minute they open, are you ready? Can you see her spinning?
Yay!
Yep. So then she's actually, oh, she's turned backwards. But yeah, that's the idea behind the twirling element of it. And this again is just one way. Just one way. I've gone for the simple aperture at the front, but there's lots of different ways that you can incorporate. And again, you know, sort of some inspiration on the box fair for you to use if you want to just have a go at replicating some of the designs. Okay.
Dan, thank you so much for sharing that with us. Who can you think of out of your loved ones who would love that? because I've got nieces, nephews, I've even got a great niece and a great nephew as well. That makes it sound like I've got some that are poorly behaved. I don't mean that, I mean due to their age. But I'm thinking my great niece would love that, my niece would love that. My sister and even my mum has gone wild for mermaids recently. They're everywhere, aren't they? Thank you so much for showing that to us. If you do want to get that box, then don't forget it is $24.99, and that's in pounds and in dollars, and it's double points, but only for a couple more hours. And don't forget with this one, it is the added extra 100 bonus points as well. So it's win, win, double points, win. Thank you so much for messaging in about your favourite card, your card of the week. The winner is, drumroll please, it is number 12. This one is done by Fiona. It was done in the masterclass on Friday.
That is absolutely beautiful.
I mean, it is gorgeous, isn't it? I want this in my house, but I can't. I'll have to make my own. Thank you so much for everybody who messaged in for that. Now, if you have just tuned in, let me remind you that in 2 hours' time for our American family members, we've got the warehouse clearance. So if you are planning on getting involved with that, it's going to be the wonderful Jo and the lovely Sarah joining you for those fantastic dealios. Jan, thank you so much for looking after me today.
Oh, you are welcome. It's been lovely to have you, Becky. It's been a pleasure to work with you, my love, and I hope you've enjoyed it.
I have, you know. I've had a great time. And
Good.
thank you all to you for your wonderful messages. I'm going to have a little nosy on social media later on when I get home, probably before I eat my Sunday roast. So thank you all for getting in touch with me. It's been really wonderful and lovely to meet every single one of you. Jan, when are you next on?
I'm back on Wednesday. Got some more shows on Wednesday, so I'm all prepped up ready for those. And then again, I'm back again on Saturday. So I've got a busy week this week.
Oh, are you camping out in the car park?
No, I'm up and down the motorway like crazy.
Oh, bless you.
And then I'm on holiday the week after, so I think they were just making the most of me before I went on holiday for a week.
Yeah, I reckon. You're right there. Thank you again, Jan, so
You're
much.
welcome.
And thank you to you once again, and of course to the wonderful team here at Crafters TV. Enjoy your warehouse clearance, Americans, and to everyone else, we'll see you very, very soon. Have a great afternoon, my loves. Bye-bye.